From I Heart New York tees to the Brazilian crop top fashion trend, flags have always been in fashion, but the American flag has dominated. I could count more Instagram brands that have an American flag t-shirt than stars in the sky. Why does the American flag add so much swagger right away? I wear the American flag in a 2012 tumble away and not in an I Love Trump way. From Tommy Hilfiger to Lana Del Ray to McQueen, Trump, the virality, the archival references, we're gonna get into it all. Why, what, where, how, why, when, who. Hi, my name's Gia. I talk smack about fashion. Subscribe. This is only my second video. I mean, thank you for all the love on my first video about the color teal and like its renaissance. I love you so much. There are a lot of new people here, so hi. I hope you're gonna enjoy this one, and if you don't, comment and tell me you hate it. Obviously like and subscribe, but also comment and tell me what you want me to like deep dive into or like just talk about. Dazed quotes that at the same time the American flag rises in fashion, the United States is deeply divided with political polarization at its highest point in decades. So at a moment when many are struggling to take pride in being American, why are Americana aesthetics everywhere? I mean, they summarized it pretty well. What are my credentials to get into fashion? Okay, first of all, if you're on like fashion, TikTok and Instagram, you would have seen the American flag trend taking off between 2024 to now. We're gonna throw it back. A time before people were putting Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj American flags on their walls in their bedrooms, it was actually considered a very controversial print. Like to deface the American flag or even to wear the American flag was considered very disrespectful at a certain time. The US flag code discourages using the actual flag as clothing, yet fashion brands have repeatedly ignored that distinction by creating flag-inspired prints instead. Over time, the stars and stripes became one of the most recognizable graphics in the world. This makes it different from floral prints and like gingham. Ew, gingham, what an ugly word. Because it's literally a flag. Before all the Americans come for me for like whatever crazy title or thumbnail I decided to put on this to get you to click it, we're talking about fashion. Tommy Hilfiger launches in 1985. The logo is kind of like a reinterpretation of the American flag. I don't know if that's true, but it looks like it. And in 1989, here comes Ralph Lauren. Do you say Ralph Lauren or Ralph Lauren? It's all too often we see a girl plastered in like a Brandy Melville American flag sweater listening to National Anthem by Lana Del Ray. This was obviously an iconic image for Ralph Lauren, and I'm pretty sure they still make these like knitted sweaters. Ralph Lauren is very like high-end country club. Tommy Hilfiger actually gained a lot of popularity through hip hop. People like Snoop Dogg and Aaliyah really helped the brand Tommy Hilfiger to sort of like gain traction. Let's talk about when Alexander McQueen showed everyone his underwear. Alexander McQueen, spring 2000. I mean, this show is iconic for many reasons. My favorite would be like the models that are basically hanging upside down, covered in fabric, flapping around over a water fountain. I love the idea that these girls, they don't know they're about to get hung from the ceiling and forced to sort of like writhe around like demons whilst Alexander McQueen walks out, pants himself, and reveals his American flag underwear. Dare I say, iconic. Also hilarious. I mean, Alexander McQueen is a famously British designer, but also sort of went against a lot of normal American fashion conventions at the time. Like there's that incredible clip where he locks Anna Wintour out of his show.
We're trying to get into the Alexander McQueen show, but no one's being allowed in.
Anna went to Vogue magazine and sitting in the car, freezing and shivering. I mean, but this is ridiculous.
Thom Browne launched in 2003. I want to say, I love Thom Browne. Thom Browne, a lot of red, white, and blue. Also, there's definitely some of that like country club vibe with Thom Browne, but it's kind of camp. He has his dog printed on loads of stuff. That video of Alex Gonzani like trying not to laugh, incredible. One of my favorites. Chanel, spring 2008. I mean, Chanel now is actually doing some sort of like American flag sort of things. They always have, but the show is super fun. They walk around this huge bow. They're wearing striped and starred jackets and outfits. We're getting an elevated and sort of like printed American flag vibe. Obviously, there are so many references. I know Galliano was using the American flag like before the 2000s, but I'm just picking up on references I like. If there are any super iconic ones that I'm missing, you have to let me know, obviously. Okay, we're going to talk about Balmain spring 2011. This photo. This is an image of Snezana Onopka wearing this American distressed vest. This image went like triple platinum on Pinterest. I still see it on my TikTok for you page today. This show was really fun. It sort of distressed the flag. I see a lot of people recreating and DIYing this collection with like safety pins and studs and like coffee staining vests. This show also, I think, really popularized like the grungy, more distressed, dare I say defaced American flag aesthetic aesthetic. D Squared, spring 2012, a lot of American flag references. But as we jump into the 2010s, I think it's interesting to point out, we're getting to this huge era of like celebrity and internet. A lot of musicians in particular are taking the American flag and incorporating this into photo shoots. I think most notably, there's the image of like Nicki Minaj. Like, also I know Azalea Banks wore a lot of like USA bikinis, I want to say. Anyway, there's a million artists and singers and celebrities that incorporated the flag into their wardrobe. And I think the best example of this would be Lana Del Ray. I know. Okay, the Lana Del Ray fans, I'm like a little bit terrified of you, but I want to say I am one of you. I don't know all of her music, but Off to the Races was my favorite song when I was in year 3 of school because it was a free song on iTunes at the time. We're talking diners, drive-in cinemas, Pepsi, cola, gas stations, pickup trucks, old Hollywood glamour, country clubs, cigarettes. This girl loves America. And whenever I hear the word Americana, I just immediately think of Lana Del Ray. She's managed to sort of like stamp this aesthetic as hers. No one's really come near it. And if they do, they probably get like slated online. I would say people like Addison Rae are like kind of reheating some of the nachos, like referencing, but she's got her own thing going on. 2016 is a little bit insane. The fashion trend of American flags on the runways really pick up. Moschino spring 2015 menswear. Marc Jacobs spring 2016. Givenchy spring 2016. Lacoste discovered Gareth Pugh fall 2016. Don't ask me about the history of American politics because I'm just not the one. At this time, a lot of millennials were beginning to vote, becoming patriotic in their own ways. Also, I know Trump was voted in January 2017, so spring 2016 isn't a strange time for American flags to be popping up everywhere because I know in America, like there's this huge promotion to vote. American flags are everywhere. I also want to point out this incredible photo of Bella Hadid from Tommy Now spring 2017 that I found. This is like just before she turned into like
Bella Hadid.
Calvin Klein fall 2017. Ralph Lauren spring 2018. Balmain spring 2018. Dolce & Gabbana 2018. Vetements spring 2019. Louis Vuitton fall 2019. Alexander Wang spring 2019. Telfar spring 2019. Gypsy Sport fall 2020. Tommy Now spring 2020. Celine spring 2023. Vakira spring 2023. Christian Dior pre-fall 2024. We get it. The flag is everywhere. The American flag has been fully adopted by high fashion runway. How did that trickle down into like Instagram fashion brands and it becoming like this micro trend, vintage, hyped print? I want to say in the last 3 years, well, there's always been sort of like a trend of like archival fashion pieces, but especially with TikTok, I see a lot of people hunting for like chrome hearts, American flag t-shirts, Balmain vests, Jeremy Scott, like winged trainers, Balmain X Gap hoodies. I actually own the Balmain X Gap hoodie. I should have worn it for this video. Actually, no, that would have been like, it would have been too much. I also have multiple pairs of the Jeremy Scott trainers. I am no better than like anyone else. Special edition Converse, Chanel pieces, etc. And I think at some point, like the Instagram male fashion influencer that weaponizes his Shopify account realized this was a huge trend and the Instagram fashion brands just started pumping out American flag drops.
Clothes I made with actual meaning. This garment signifies the oversaturation of microtrends. America flag, going for only 250 pounds.
And I think there's definitely like a renaissance of this more recently with like Addison Rae, for example. I know we touched on her already. I'm excited to see what country becomes like cool in fashion next. Make sure to subscribe for more stuff like this and follow my Instagram, Tell me what things I missed in this video. And also tell me what you want my next video to be about. Love you so much. See ya. Mwah.